Hello guys, what's up? Hi Márcia, hi Edmilson, hi Edson, Tailane, Letícia. Welcome to one more class of the intermediate course. Tailane, I'm doing good, I'm feeling good. How about you? How are you doing? Doing good? So guys, our 15th class, today we're gonna talk about preferences, right? 15 classes already. Next week is the last week of the quarantine course, unfortunately. But don't worry, because we have some news for you guys, okay? So at the end of the class, I'm gonna tell you our plans for next week, okay? Good? How are you? How are you, Jaine, Letícia, Gabriela? I'm doing really good. What happened, Letícia? Why are you not good today? Tell us the reason. Hello, Mel. Long time we don't see you, Mel. How are you doing? Good? So guys, our 15 classes, almost 2 months of classes. We're gonna wait just 3 more minutes so we can begin, okay? What happened? Hey Samuel, good? What's up? Patricia, hello Patricia, how are you? Today we're gonna talk about preference. I wanna know what you like, what you don't like, and we're gonna learn 4 different expressions to talk about preferences, okay? Good? Ah, Letícia is worried because of their name. Got it. Letícia, I saw today that maybe they're gonna cancel the name, né? I was seeing that Rodrigo Maia was speaking, and maybe they're gonna postpone, but it's not certain yet, okay? So don't worry about it. Think positive. Everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna do your name, you're gonna pass, and everything's gonna be fine, okay? Stay positive. Hey, Edmilson, talked with Nayara today. All right. 1 minute, we begin the class, okay? And today I want you guys to participate a lot. Remember, next week is the last class of the quarantine course, but don't worry because we have some information to give you in the end of today's class, okay? Good? So guys, I guess it's time. Let's begin the class. And today I prepared a topic for you guys that's intermediate grammar, but it's very light, it's very easy. I don't think you guys are gonna have any problems, okay? And today, guys, we are gonna talk about preferences. So, preferences, this word that is a little bit difficult to pronounce, but to practice, to speak, it's really, really easy, okay? Now, guys, when we're talking about preferences, we have different expressions we can use to say what we want to say how we feel about something, right? In life, we have choices, and these choices we make, they go according to our preferences. So today, I'm going to explain to you guys that when we speak in English, we have 2 different preferences. We have 2 different types of preferences, and today we're going to talk about both of them, okay? So, Tailane said they need to cancel a name where the universities will put the students. I'm worried just because the ticket didn't come to me. It's not because of the test teacher. Ah, okay, I understand. I agree with Tailane. I think the right thing to do in this moment is to cancel a name. 2020 is a year that just passed for a lot of things. So, NA is one of them. Now, Let's go back to preferences, guys. The first preference I want to talk about with you is about general preferences. So in English, when we want to express what we prefer, we have two different types. We have general preferences, so our preferences in general, and we have specific preferences for a certain moment, so for a certain situation, okay? Now, the first one that we're going to talk about is general preferences. So what is a general preference? It's when you just like something more than another thing. It's not for a specific moment, a specific choice, a specific situation. It's more related, né? It has more in common with you, with your personality, with your likes, with your dislikes, okay? So, I want to know from you guys, if I give you the option, all right, of pizza and lasagna. What do you guys prefer? Tell me in the comments if you guys prefer pizza or lasagna. When you arrive home at night very tired and you want to have a dinner, do you prefer pizza or lasagna? Tell me. Let's see in the comments. So, this first one, we're talking about general preferences, right? And we have here the two options that I gave to you guys, that is pizza or lasagna. And most of you, everybody, né? Letícia, hello Lu, Edmilson, Tailane, pizza. Everybody prefers pizza. Okay, guys. So, for you guys that prefer pizza, this is a like. It's a like or it's a dislike of lasagna. This is your general preference. I'm not asking about a specific situation. I'm asking about in general. Do you prefer pizza or do you prefer lasagna? Guys, we have two different expressions that we can use here. That is, I prefer, or we can say like better. So the two expressions that we can use to talk about our preference are I prefer or I like better. Me, Kae, I personally, I'm like Garfield, so I really like lasagna. It's my favorite food. So I prefer pizza. Okay, this is what I prefer. If you want to make it more complete, you can say I prefer pizza. No, pizza no, lasagna. Sorry. To pizza. Okay? So it's necessary this preposition here to. I prefer lasagna to pizza. This is how we can use prefer when we're talking about a general preference. And like better. How can I use like better? Guys, you can say, I like lasagna better than pizza. So in this situation, we're going to have like, and we're going to use better than. Okay? So we can use in these two different situations. I prefer lasagna to pizza, or I like lasagna better than pizza. This is for a general preference, okay? Gabriela asked, can't be then. Yet, no, then, Gabriela, you're gonna use, I prefer lasagna than pizza. Yes, here, you can also use then, okay? You can change this preposition to pizza. I prefer lasagna over pizza, all right? You can also use over in this situation, and I prefer lasagna than pizza, okay? But it's more common to use than with like better, okay? Here it's better to use to or over. These two prepositions are better for us to compare. then they will understand as well, but it doesn't sound so good when you don't use like better, okay? So we can say, I prefer lasagna to pizza, okay? Now, Kaya, let's imagine that we want to use a verb, the verb eat, to eat. It's important that you guys use the infinitive with prefer. I prefer to eat lasagna than pizza, like Gabriela said, okay? So here, it's better to use the infinitive to eat if we have a verb, okay? Got it? So I prefer lasagna to pizza. I like lasagna better than pizza. Or I prefer to eat lasagna. Great. So just some more information for you guys. General preference. It's something you like more as a whole. Complete. It is not tied. It is not connected to a specific event or time. It's just a fact. It's about your likes or dislikes, okay? So, phrases we usually use are I prefer and like better. They are the same thing. So, I prefer tea to coffee, or I like tea better than coffee. Got it? Any questions? You guys can ask me. All right? So guys, remember, when we talk about preference, we have a lot of different expressions. Today, I'm going to show you 4. All right? So I already showed you 2, prefer and like better, and I'm going to show you 2 more. Okay? Now let's practice. I want to know complete sentences, guys. So let's try to use complete sentence. Don't say sweet food, salty food. I want you to use I prefer and I like better. All right, let's practice. So guys, do you prefer sweet food or salty food? Sweet food like junk food, donuts, cake, ice cream, or do you guys prefer salty food like chicken wings, rice, beans, feijoada? What do you guys prefer? What do you like better? Tell me. Hello, Evandro. How are you, Evandro? Evandro, we're talking about preferences, okay? So it's an easy topic and I can show you the expressions again that we use, Evandro. So we use I prefer to talk about a preference, or I like better. I like lasagna better than pizza. I prefer lasagna to pizza. So we're using this grammar today. João Paulo, I like salty food better than sweet food. Gabriela, also salty food. Everybody prefers salty food. Marcia, I'm like you, Marcia. I like sweet food better than salty food. My mother knows if I could eat only sweet food in my diet, I would. All right, I like sweet food better than salty food. A lot more. All right. So now, how about the other students? Hey, how about Lou, Mel? What do you like better, Mel and Lou? Tell us here in the comments. Edmilson, what do you like better, Edmilson? Tell us. Marcia, she said she's do contra. I'm also. Okay, Marcia, I prefer the sweet food as well. Guys, the next one, this one here, I think most of you are going to say eat, that you prefer to eat. But I want to know, do you prefer to cook food or to eat? What's your preference? Do you prefer to cook or to eat? Right? Do we have any master chefs here in the group? Comment for us. Me personally, I'm not the best cook in the world, but I really like being in the kitchen. All right, so I prefer to cook the food, okay? When I have time, when I can go out, buy the ingredients I want, when I'm not in a rush, now in my routine, I normally don't cook. I get takeout food because I don't have a lot of time to cook. But on Saturday, Sunday, when I have time, I like cooking better than eating. All right? Good. Now, Tailani, I prefer to eat than to cook. Remember, cook and eat, it's a verb, right? So we need the infinitive form. I prefer to eat, all right? I like to eat better than cooking, okay? Felipe said, cook for me and I eat. What do you think, Evandro? Felipe, is Evandro a good cook? Is Evandro a master chef? I'm not gonna cook for you because I cook very good for me. Okay, I cook very good for me. For people, not so much. Samuel, exactly the same thought as me. Marcia, I prefer to eat over cooking, but I like to make desserts. Marcia, we can be friends, Marcia, okay? What desserts do you know how to make, Marcia? We can be good friends, all right? It's good to know this. Gabriela, I like cooking just when my son comes to visit me. Your son is very lucky. Leticia, I like to cook very good. So-so. Evandro, so-so. When you speak like this, I think you're hiding the game, Evandro. Yes, Jaine, you're gonna say, I prefer to cook over eating, all right? Or I like to cook better than to eat. Guys, now, what do you prefer? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? So, what do you prefer? What meal? In the morning when you have a nice breakfast, something like this English breakfast. Lunchtime or dinner at night? What's your favorite meal? What do you guys prefer? All right, Márcia knows how to make cake, carrot cake with brigadeiro, beijinho, brigadeiro de leite ninho, these things. Oh my God, I'm getting hungry. No problem, Jaine, it's okay. Guys, what do you prefer now? Me, I personally, breakfast, I don't have every day. So breakfast is not a meal that I eat every day. For me, I think dinner, all right? Normally dinner is when I have time to sit, relax, not in a rush. I put the TV on and I prefer dinner. It's my favorite one. Edmilson prefers lunch than dinner. Evandro, I prefer breakfast. Nice. Breakfast is the most important, right, Evandro? Samuel prefers lunch. Good. Very nice. Jaine prefers lunch to the other meals. All right. And Mel also prefers lunch. Great. Guys, now music. When we're talking about music, do you prefer fast music or slow music? Again, not genre, but the speed of the music, because we have fast rock, fast reggae, slow reggae, fast also funk, slow funk. We have different speeds in music. Do you guys prefer fast, more agitated music, or slow, calm music? What do you guys prefer listening to? Tell us here. It depends on my humor. All right. Let's see. Gabriela prefers fast music. Gabriela is agitated. Nice. I agree with Tailani. It depends a lot on my humor. But if I could choose one, I prefer to listen to slow music, more calm, relaxing music that I can think, right? Fast music if I'm doing something like exercising, I think it's better. Now, over here we have Chinese food or Japanese food, guys. So, they're kind of different, they're really different, I think, Japanese food and Chinese food. A lot of people love Japanese food, but what do you prefer? Chinese food or Japanese food? Like sushi, right? Marcia, I like both, but I prefer slow music. Nice. And Samuel, I think it depends on the moment, but normally I prefer slow music than fast music. Awesome. Good. Samuel Souza too thinks depends the moment, but generally he prefers fast music. Very good. And Edmilson, what did Edmilson say about music? He said he prefers slow music. Nice. And now Edmilson said, I prefer Brazilian food. I'm with you, Edmilson. I prefer Brazilian food too. Guys, between Chinese and Japanese, I prefer Chinese food. I think it's better. I prefer Chinese food than Japanese food. Evandro, Chinese food as well. Good. I'm with you. Marcia prefers Japanese food over Chinese food. And Louise prefers Japanese food. Japanese food is very expensive, right? I think with the money you waste in Japanese food, you can make a nice Brazilian barbecue, right? Buy some meat, some picanha. Now, guys, I think this is we have two more. Do you prefer spending time alone, by yourself, reflecting, thinking about life, or with others, with other people? What type of person are you? So, some people prefer spending time alone by themselves, but some, they prefer with others. How about you? Samuel Mendes, I never ate none of these foods, those foods. Okay, Samuel. Samuel, you're not missing anything that much, okay? One day, try it out just so you can say I had the experience, but no big difference, okay? Brazilian food is much better. Alright, guys, I prefer spending time alone, by myself, okay? I'm a person that I really like this moment by myself, in my room, outside, in nature, somewhere alone, with quiet silence. I prefer spending time alone over spending time with others. Tailani, I prefer spending time with my friends than alone. Okay, nice. And Gabriela, spending time with others. Jaine, alone. So Jaine is like me. And Edmilson and Evandro, with friends, at the bar with others, but in nature, alone. Very good. Awesome. Yeah, at the bar, if you're going to the bar by yourself, alone, maybe you have a problem, right, Evandro? Maybe you're with a problem. If you're already going to the bar by yourself, get some help. Nice. Samuel, most of the time, I prefer spending time alone. Good. Nice. Now, guys, the last one. Do you prefer money or fame? Tricky question. This one, I don't even think. All right? I prefer the money. Give me the money. Stay with the fame. I prefer the money for sure. Edmilson said here, Edson prefers sertanejo than rock. Is this true, Edson? You prefer country music? Is that right? I don't believe this, man. I really don't. Nice. So let's see now if you guys prefer money or the fame. Lu, money. Mel, money. Give the money. Good. Does anybody prefer fame over the money? Everybody prefers money. And Tailani said, I'm not so social. Imagine Tailani was famous and a paparazzi came to take a picture. Break the camera, throw the camera on the ground. So I think most of you here would prefer the money. Very good. Guys, now we're going to go to our second part of preferences. We already talked about general preferences that we can use. Prefer or like better. Now we're going to use a grammar a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more formal than the others, okay? We're talking about specific preferences. Why are they specific? Because they are for that moment, so for that situation. So when you have 2 choices, 3 choices in a specific moment in your life, in your day, in your week, and then we're talking about a specific preference, okay? Now, let's imagine this situation here. So let's get this open here and let's change now to our second part that we're talking about specific preferences, okay? Now, guys, let's imagine this situation that next week on my live in Instagram, I'm gonna give you guys 2 options to see, okay? So next Monday in my live, I'm gonna give you 2 options to participate with me in this live, okay? So I wanna know if in the live, let's imagine that I have in my live, let's see, Anita, or let's choose another one, Whindersson Nunes. Now, I want to know from you who you prefer to see in my life, Anita or Whindersson Nunes. Guys, who do you guys want in my life next week? Anita or Whindersson Nunes? Tell me in the comments. Now, when we're talking about specific preferences, we can use 2 different expressions. We can use would rather or we can use would prefer. Now, when I use would, I'm talking about a specific preference. So I'm talking about this moment, who you prefer. It doesn't mean necessarily that you prefer Whindersson or you prefer Anita, but for the live on Monday, for this situation, for this specific thing, you prefer Whindersson Nunes, right? Now, imagine, for example, I think was Tailani. Tailani said that she prefers Whindersson at the live. At the live, she prefers Whindersson. But if it was a singer for her birthday party, she would choose Anita. So this is for the specific moment of the live. So we can say, I would rather see Whindersson than Anita. Okay, so for this situation, we could use would rather, and we use the verb in the base form. All right, so we're going to use the verb see in the base form. I would rather see Whindersson Nunes than see Anita. Okay, we don't use the infinitive to. I would rather see. No infinitive. Now, if I use would prefer, now we use infinitive. I would prefer to see Whindersson than Anita. And now, because prefer, guys, is a verb that we use with the infinitive, okay? So it's necessary to put the infinitive in the verb here, to see. So now these are for specific situations. So everybody would rather see Whindersson Nunes than Anita. And Edmilson, neither, right? Maybe we can put here David Gilmour. What do you think, Edmilson? David Gilmour would be a good one. Eric Clapton, we can put here as well. Nice. So guys, in this situation, as you can see, we can also contract, right? So we can say, I'd rather. We can also say, I'd prefer to see. So it's not a problem if we use here this contraction, I'd rather or I'd prefer. Got it? Good? And for negative, we can put not. Just put a not here. I'd rather not see. I'd prefer not to see. Okay? Easy? So, specific preference. Something you like or want more at a specific point in time. At a specific moment in your life. Okay? Can be in the present, can be in the future. Now, guys, would rather is more common in American spoken English than would prefer. So I'd rather is more common in speaking, okay? I'd rather go out than stay home. I'd prefer to go out than stay home. As you can see, that moment, in that present, you want to go out. You don't want to go home. But maybe in a different moment, you want to stay home. Okay? Good? Nice. So, Edmilson, David Gilmour, and Gabriela Will Smith. Now, guys, I'm going to make for you guys some difficult questions now. And you have to choose one. Okay? I want to know which one and why. So, Kae, I would rather do this because of this, okay? So tell me the reason why. Now, the first one. Guys, would you rather stay with no internet or with no cell phone? Tell me. Would you rather stay? The verb is stay. I'd rather stay with no internet or no cell phone. Tell me. And I want to know why. For what reason you choose one or the other. Now the questions are going to get more difficult. Né? It's not like pizza, lasagna, staying alone or staying with friends. Now it's going to get difficult, okay? Wait and see. I have stayed without internet and it's not good. I have also stayed with no cell phone. It's not good. But I would rather stay with no cell phone, right? I think that if you don't have internet, you can't really do anything with the cell phone, right? For the cell phone, you need internet. So I would rather stay with no cell phone and have the internet. This is my preference, my specific preference. Okay? Good? Jaine, I'd prefer to stay, remember Jaine, to stay with no cell phone because I don't have a cell phone. Okay, so for you it's not a problem, né, Jaine? And Samuel, I'd rather stay without cell phone than without internet because at least I have my computer. Very good. Leticia, I'd rather stay with no internet because I use cell phone for a lot of things, right? Mel, I'd rather stay with no cell phone than no internet. Very good. Awesome. Good job. Nice. Guys, now, would you rather no one come to your funeral or no one come to your wedding? 0 people attending your funeral or 0 people attending your wedding? What's worse in this situation, eh? So, would you rather no one come to your funeral or your wedding? Let's see the comments here. Edmilson, I'd rather stay with my cell phone. And Massa, I'd rather stay without cell phone because I have TV and computer. Nice. Marcia, when you use rather, you use the base form, stay, okay? I'd rather stay. When you use prefer, I would prefer, you're gonna use the infinitive like you did. I'd prefer to stay without cell phone, okay? And Leticia says, I'd rather no one come to my funeral. Okay. Leticia, I'd rather no one come to my wedding. Okay. If no one comes to my funeral, this means I was a very bad person. Né? Or I had the virus, right? But if no one comes to my funeral, it's because I was a bad person. Now, my wedding, when people go, they just want to eat, drink with my money, and the next day they talk bad about the wedding. So I'd rather no one come to my wedding. All right? Jaime, I'd rather no one come to my funeral as well. Edmilson, I'd rather no one come to my funeral. Okay. I see a lot of you are excited to get married. Né? You want a big party at your wedding. Guys, would you rather date any celebrity? So any celebrity in the world, Angelina Jolie, Beyonce, Brad Pitt, or your crush, the person you like. So would you rather date, go out, and have dinner, watch a movie, any celebrity in the world, or your crush? I want you guys to comment, and if you choose any celebrity, I want to know what celebrity you would choose. Yes, it's correct, Evandro. You can say, I'd rather nobody come to my funeral. Perfect, Evandro. Very good. So you can say, nobody come. Okay? Leticia got angry. She commented in Portuguese. Nice, Leticia. Good. And Gabriela, very romantic, né? With Jota, I would rather date my crush to any celebrity. Good, Gabriela. Very nice. Very romantic. This is a difficult question. This question I'm gonna jump. I'm not gonna answer this question. And Tailani, I'd rather date with any celebrity because I don't have a crush anymore. And she would choose Robert Downey Jr. Very good. Awesome. I'm loving the comments today. They're very good. Very nice comments. Nice. And Gabriela said, he is my celebrity. Oh, can we say, oh, nice. Good. Jaime, the question here of the one before, if it's the funeral or the wedding, is if you had the option that 0 people, nobody in your funeral. So you're there in your funeral, no one goes. Or to your wedding, when you get married, no one goes, just you and your husband. What for you is worst? What is worst in this situation? Okay? Nice. Now, the next one, guys. When we have a remote control, right, of the TV, we have 2 buttons. One, we can go back and live again the scene of the movie, watch again. That is the rewind button, okay? So repeat with me. Rewind. Rewind button, you go back. And we have the pause button to stop the time. Now, imagine the movie Click, okay? The movie Click with Adam Sandler, that he controls his life in a controller. Would you rather have a rewind button in your life, so to go back to the past, live a moment again, fix, adjust some things, or have a pause button so you can stop the time? Tell us. A rewind button to go back in the past, or a pause button in your life? I'd rather have a pause button, okay? Mikael, I'd rather have a pause button in my life to stop the time, freeze time, so I can have more time to do the things, right? And Jaine said, nobody in her wedding. I'm with you, Jaine. I agree with you. Now, in the movie Click of Adam Sandler, you would go back, live the moments again, or stop the time, pause the time. Evandro, I would rather have a pause button, just like me. Imagine, Evandro, you have your alarm clock for 6 o'clock. It's 5:55, you're sleeping. You pause and you sleep more, you sleep more, sleep more. This would be something really good, right? Edmilson, I would rather have a rewind button in my life. Edmilson, what moment in your life you want to live again? Tell me. Marcia, I'd rather have a pause button. And Louise, I'd rather have a pause button as well. Very good. Nice. Good times. Jaine, I'd rather have a rewind button. Why, Jaine? What moment in your life you would go back? Tell us. Next one is difficult, guys. This one is dangerous. It's very hard. But let's choose one. Would you rather never be able to speak? Never. So mute for the rest of your life. Or always say what's on your mind. What you think, you say. You think, you say. Or never speak again. What do you think? Edmilson, Champions of Liberta, 2013. I miss Libertadores, Edmilson. I really do. Nice. You're a fanatic, né, Edmilson? Good job. Nice. And here, guys, I would rather never be able to speak. For sure, never, never. Imagine, always say what's on your mind. I would get in big trouble a lot of times. Sometimes I have to control myself. Like, Kaye, don't say this, right? But I would rather never be able to speak, okay? Jaine, I wanted to go back and be with my grandmother. Poor you, Jaine. Tailani, I would rather never be able to speak. My mind is not so trustworthy, okay? Confiável, trustworthy and good. Nice, Tailani. Gabriela, I would rather always say what's on my mind than never able to speak. Imagine, Gabriela, if you can't speak, you would go crazy. Marcia, I would rather never be able to speak. Never be. Emer too would rather never be able to speak. Guys, let's do here 2 more. Would you rather be able to fly or read people's mind? What do you think would be better? Be able to fly or read people's mind? Tell us. Gabriela said, even Libras is hard for me. I like to talk. And Samuel, I would rather always say what's in my mind than never be able to speak. Nice. Jaine, I'd rather always say what's on my mind. You guys have a lot of courage, okay? Nice. Guys, I would rather be able to read people's mind, not fly. So if I could choose, I would rather read people's mind, okay? I think I could use this to help a lot of people, help myself, make money. Imagine if you read the mind of a person like Bill Gates, if you read the mind of someone like Stephen Hawking, right? If you could read the mind of these people, I think would be amazing, amazing, all right? So I would rather read people's mind. If I have to fly, I can parachute. It's a similar feeling. You can do some crazy sports, but read people's mind is very, very unique. Samuel, I'd rather be able to fly, Mel, I'd rather be able to fly. And Louise, I would rather read people's mind. And Amy, be able to fly. Very good. Awesome. It must be a nightmare to read the thoughts of other people. Yeah, Jaime, but it would be good if you can choose, right? Like, oh, I'm going to read now. And then you can select, né? You have a good sense. But if it's like automatic for me, this would be bad. I would be like, get out of my head, right? And Massa would rather read people's mind. Very good. So guys, we're coming to an end of our class today. That's what I had here prepared. Before we go, I have some important information to say to you guys about next week, okay? So next week on Tuesday, it's our 16th class. So next week we complete 2 months of the quarantine course. But on Thursday, we're gonna have a little bit of a different class. So on Thursday, I'm gonna do a review for you guys. I'm gonna do a big review on everything that we learned. It's gonna be a very important class because we're gonna review. And also, I'm gonna talk to you guys about the certificate, okay? You guys are gonna get a certificate because you guys concluded the course. So I'm gonna speak with you on Thursday about this certificate, how it's gonna work, and also I have some good news for you guys because we're gonna release a product, okay? A very nice product for you guys to continue practicing your English. So next week, Thursday, it's a very important class, okay? See you. Have a really good night. And right now, I'm going to teach the advanced class. If you guys want, you can participate as well. And on Telegram, I'm going to send to you guys the homework for you to do, okay? See you. Bye-bye. Have a really good night, guys. Peace.